So, hello everyone. Hope you can hear us and see us. So sorry for the delay. We had some technical issues. Really sorry for that. But finally, we're here, and we have Valeriia, our business analyst, and Kira, UX designer, today with us. And ladies are going to speak about UX research and its application to the development processes. So today we have, I think, a very interesting discussion. So at the end of the presentation, we'll have a Q&A session. So please feel free to post your questions to the chat so that we can answer them in the end of our meeting. So I think today we can start. And Valeriia, the floor is yours, I guess.
Okay, so we would like to start with knowing our audience. So we are greeting everyone, and we would like to start with knowing our audience. So please go to Menti and start maybe typing your job title. Yeah, if you're still with us, we wanted to, know who are you. Let us maybe spend here like 1 more minute. Yeah, I see that not a lot of people is joining, so maybe we can wait 1 more minute and proceed with the presentation directly. Okay, let's wait a bit. Okay, let me then start the presentation. We are glad to see here that almost like, almost, oh, I see like some Russian speaking people. Okay, that's great. And let me proceed directly with the presentation. I will start our topic. So today we will talk about integrating UX research outcomes into the development planning. And let me introduce us. So I'm Valeriia, and I've been working as a business analyst in the tech industry for more than 3 years now. My journey began with a fascination for technology, leading me to pursue a bachelor's in computer science and master's in human-computer interactions. I'm fond of deep diving into complicated systems and time into stubborn processes. Today, I'm joined by Kira. Kira, let you tell us about yourself.
Yeah, thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Kira, and as you can see, I'm a senior product designer. For the last 7 years, I have been deeply involved in my product design industry. I providing proven track recordings of cost-saving solution, and I used to be a strong advocate for building the best user experience. I set up process from discovery stage to final product launch. While also I'm been implementing best practice in UX research. And then we will share with you today best practice for product refinement and creating a new backlog according to UX research.
Yeah, so let us start with a quick overview of what we will present. As Kira said, we will share with you best practices. So by the end of the talk, I hope you will walk away with understanding how through more than 10 hours of team workshop and brainstorming, more than 2 months of researching, and we conducted 7 interviews, more than 100 items were reviewed in our backlog. We managed to came up with onboarding feature, which was added to the app. Our number of users increased by a factor of 30. Our target audience was reset, and new product perspectives were found. So this is our process summary, and let's start from the beginning. Okay, so let me also walk you through the contents. So our agenda today is to provide you with a GDN project overview. This is the project we was conducting this user research for. After that, we will talk about the purpose, inputs and outputs of user research process. After that, Kira will navigate you through user research. And after that, the voice will be returned to me, and I will talk about validating and prioritizing UX insights and how we can integrate these UX improvements into the development roadmap. So let me start with a short description of the product. So GDN is a Google Chrome plugin, so it has front-end part, yes, it has user interface, and it has also server part. The end users are QA automation engineers, and GDN is part of GDI family. So GDI family is a family of products for QA automation engineers. So it's for optimization the page object creation process. If somebody know what is it. So basically it's a quite cool automation tool. And let me proceed. Let me start with the purpose of this user search. Why did our project need this user search? So first of all, we needed to present our GDN product. So they need to present it effectively, and we needed to engage with our target audience. At the time of this project phase, when the user research was conducted, the product was still in research mode, and they had recently released its MVP. So we needed to gather potential feedback from the prospective user base. So next, they needed to proceed with informed decision making, because our product owner was the single source of our requirements. Of course, we validated it with SMEs, but still users didn't influence a lot on the product development. So we needed to avoid subjective estimation of the product by our internal team, and we needed data to guide our decision making. So what were our expected inputs and outputs? So we could provide MVP, we could provide existing knowledge and documentation, some design artifacts. We could provide product feature list. By that I mean our board with tasks. And also we had Confluence base with high-level description of features and high-level descriptions of epics. And also, as I said, we had task backlog. Also, we was able to provide the list of our users who is aware of this product, who was aware of this product, and also the potential user base. So outputs we expected. We expected to enhance our presentation, which we provided to stakeholders to find potential integration, potential ways of how we can integrate our product. We also needed to hear some user UX improvements. We expected some design changes, we expected new ideas, we expected maybe some user pain points, and maybe we will find even more bugs in our products, of course. And we expected some consulting. Yes, also we expected some consulting from Kira, because we wanted some insights and conclusion, how our products was developed. It's still an MVP, so we needed more feedback. So let me pass the voice to Kira, and she will navigate you through the main steps of UX research.
Yeah, thank you. And let me lead you through the UX research part. When I joined the project and I was going through onboarding, I visit an office. And I wanted to share with you a story about the idea of the UX research. Once upon a time, during my lunch, I overheard a colleague at the neighboring table discussing GDN plugin, I swear you, and how it could be improved. I asked for their attention and to answer some of my questions, and it became clear that the plugin had potential that we would further explore in research. Journey Steps workshop is the first step as collaborative session between our team illustrating and mapping existing user flow or customer journey. And that's our journey through each user flow you have to investigate. And I just started with the primary flow, the only one flow I did investigation, but we had a lot of insight at this point. Yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, this is a picture. Don't worry, I will lead you through this picture. As you can see, is a horizontal line is your approximately user steps. And we will discuss this vertical line a bit later. And as you can see, each colored sticker follow each person in the team members. So what should a designer do when he joins the team besides immersing themselves in all process? To begin with, clarify your flow. You will be investigating if there could be multiple flows. Of course, you can focus just on one. Conduct a journey steps workshop to align with your colleagues. Hear their perspective on pain points and areas to grow. There is an approximate illustration of how everything happened. Let's proceed with the next slide. And this break down the vertical line for exploring the current experience and investigate the great areas. It will help your team to understand the current user experience and identify areas of concern and pinpoint opportunities for making improvements in current user journey. It's collaborative process and ensures that your team is on the same page and helps generate insights for more user-centered approach. And during this workshop, the following key aspects are addressed, like analyze the action and information seeking of the user at each steps. Then its goals, understand the customer goals and challenges, needs and pains. You should dive deep with your team members into user needs, pain points, and opportunities. And the next thing is generate open-ended question for idea generation. There is a little tip here. Some of your colleagues' questions you can address to your end user and ask them how they can contribute to your research. All of these points encourage user-centric approach by ensuring alignment among team members, and it's useful for all team members all the time. So we decided to proceed with user research because it becomes crucial point during our MVP and launch stage. What we should do, first of all, you should prepare the list of users for research presentation. What you should check before create a proper list of users. You should recruit representative members began by identifying and recruiting members who closely align with your target user, or even it's a real users of your app or service, no matter what. That ensures that your research reflects and characteristics and needs if or needed user base. Then create notes with some background. Complete details background information about each member. This background data help in understanding the context of each member. Add seniority tag because it summarizes some summary their levels of experience in the relevant field. It allows you to quickly navigate between your users and how it may influence their insights during their research. And the last but not the least, it add for future reference link to the recording. It serves as a valuable resource if any question of clarification arise during the presentation of or, for example, later stage of the project. And here we go with a list of our questions. What you should do before you will go to the users. Compiling the list of research questions for sure. Before conducting your research, it's essential to establish clear objectives. Outline what you aim to achieve with user testing. What specific questions or issues are you looking to address through this research? Then, to gain a deep understanding of your members and their daily work challenges, design realistic scenarios. It should mirror a real-world situation, allowing you to mirror your users and their needs and pains. This approach helps uncover authentic insight. Then keep it simple. Maintain focus by centric. Use each testing session around only key or even one task because it helps you to concentrate on only one user flow. And then you will have a real understanding about the your end user real work challenges and where they came from. Also, I wanted to provide some insights about our current user research. I separate this part to the two flows. First of all, I create some part with practical, and second part was mostly theoretical. It helps me to dive deep, more deeply into users' pains and needs at this point. And also, they provide some weak places in our plugin. And after all, research itself. I conduct this user research in unmoderated format, and it allows user to freely navigate through the plugin. I just set up some daily job for them. And I also asked some additional questions to collect direct feedback. It's extremely important to maintain the direct, real voice task during the task. Uh, so as you can see, we used a PickGem board with stickers. It's easy to use. It's free for all team members. And we just attach stickers under the respective flow, users flow steps. So what you should also take into account during your research. Ask for assistance. Perhaps in this process, I anticipate the most engagement from business analysts as I require specific product and business related information. So I asked Lara and she helped me out. Um, Use the think aloud protocol. What does it mean? Encourage members to express their thoughts aloud as they interact with your product. This technique provides valuable insight into their decision making and user experience. And also, I used to share my personal speech before everything has started. Like, guys, don't worry, it's not like secure check-in of your skills. It's not an exam at all. So don't worry, just think aloud, just relax. Nobody will see it, or we will use it only for entire needs. So don't worry, just please help us to improve our product. It's really important because somehow users can think that it's some check-in or whatever. So it's pretty important for everyone to be relaxed and think aloud, of course. Uh, then about empathy, it's incredibly important as well. Be open-minded and empathize your user. Approach user research with empathy and open mind. Understand the user perspective and be receptive to their feedback, to their challenges, daily needs, even if it can be challenges for your assumptions. So just stay calm. It's just opinion, but you should be respectfully taking it into your account. Next thing is self-interesting or frequently repeated cases. Document everything because cases can offer unique insights itself and may warrant special attention during the analysis phase. And the last thing, Lara will share a bit more about last point, prioritize and act. After collecting data, prioritize the findings based on their significance. Use this prioritization to guide your action plan and immerse in current backlog and make necessary improvements then to the product with your product team. And don't worry, I just share a CGM and it looks, I know it looks horrible, but it's not so difficult to create. By the way, if you have any questions, don't be shy, just drop me a message. I will help you out with each point I shared. Just so, as you can see, a view of research conducted with mapping from all users into one single flow. This aids is quicker navigation through the research and help us to identify and match problem areas. Here we have kind of visual representation of users tab and with highlighting where our users encounter the most challenges. The red stickers is some issues or errors or whatever, some difficulties. Green one is something to improve what we can basically offer. And the yellow one underneath, it's something interesting we collect from our users. As you can see, almost all points of our journey, user journey, is completed with stickers. So as you can see, everyone answered freely and wanted to help us. So we really appreciate it. And you will notice that the smiley face, it's tiny smiley face in the middle of this visual representation, appears sadder in those areas where basically our flow were broken. And as I shared with you before, Lara will share with you more about prioritize and actions.
Okay, thank you, Kira. And let's work with our UX insight. So what we got here, as you observed, we gathered numerous insights during our research. We get a lot of stickers, yeah, and this is how they looked. So, however, the challenge lay in the fact that these insights didn't naturally align with our task tickets or feature descriptions, because this is not how you describe your user story, yeah? So how did we connected the dots? We initiated the process by linking this user, by this UX insights, by linking this UX insight to existing items in our backlog. In our context, these backlog items were bugs, enhancements, user stories, and epics. As a result, some UX insights became comments of existing items in our backlog, while others were more documented. As a new epics, for example, we just transferred it to another types of items which we want to work with in the future. Furthermore, we also removed some nodes as we duplicated existing items in our backlog, or they were constrained by our product limitations. For example, because we are considering only Google Chrome, yeah, like as a browser, we wouldn't try to implement this plugin for other browsers and so on. So this collaborative effort involved the designer, the product owner, the QA specialist, and myself as a business analyst. The outcome was a reduced number of UX enhancements to consider, and each one received a detailed description to ensure a shared team understanding. So this is how we validated this UX hypothesis. And let's talk about prioritizing them. After we research and brainstorm all the possible features and attributes of our product, we should classify this. We should somehow prioritize it. So we decided, as we were in the product refinement management context, we decided to prioritize it with Kano Analysis, and we divide all these UX enhancements into 4 quadrants. So into threshold attributes, into performance, and into excitement attributes. So I modified a bit Kano Analysis because we didn't conduct any service, yeah. So we had this emotion scale on our CGM. So based on that information and also based on Kira's comment, I successfully placed it to the each quadrant, and also there was a quadrant which means like not relevant. So these are things that don't add value because customers don't care about them. So basically, with UX enhancements, maybe just like, you know, like I don't know, maybe some bugs that we will already implemented or something like that. So basically, they had like this neutral emotion, yeah, about with UX enhancements. Like we have it and that's okay, but I won't use it. Yeah, so I found this icon and I hover it, but what is it like? I don't want to use it. Okay, so we did it with quadrants, and after that we will work mostly with threshold attributes and with performance attributes, because we don't have a lot of excitement attributes. So after the prioritizing with Kano Analysis. So we had now prioritized UX enhancement, and while this UX research provided us with valuable insights, it's not the sole source of product vision. Yes, so our users is not the sole source of product vision. Users typically provide feedback and suggestions based on their current experience with the app, rather than envisioning entirely new features. Relying solely on UX research may cause us to lag behind evolving market needs. So in response to this challenge, we implemented the purpose alignment model because we had a lot of ideas in our backlog, which was initiated by our product owner, by our SMEs who is consulting our product, So in our case, so this model, in our case, this model was encompassed by was full of our epics, was full of our features, which is presented in our backlog as user stories, and basically it was so this you see these tickets like on the right bottom in the right bottom corner of the screen, but this ticket was represented by Confluence links, for example, because this is how they are keeping our user stories and epics, or maybe by UX enhancement we've already had in our backlog, which were, for example, provided by SMEs, and we can also find something from our market competitors. So we also like gathering these features, like these new features. So basically it can be like links to Confluence or links to Jira tickets. So this model was chosen because it's easy to use in a facilitated and collaborative environment. To ensure alignment, organized a workshop. It was also held in Figma, so it was implemented. It was conducted with help of FigJam. So these workshops included the product owner, UX designer, UX researcher, subject matter experts. They served as project consultants and development leads. So the outcome of this exercise revealed that the parity quadrant was the biggest for us. So the insight was it was our main insight, and we also identified features which were falling into who cares quadrant, and it means that we don't need it, we don't need to consider them, we don't need to elaborate on them. So basically, we can just remove it from our backlog. We are still keeping it in the Confluence because it's like our main knowledge base, but we won't elaborate on it a lot in our future, in our like upcoming future. So okay, so we had now our Kano Analysis prioritization. We had also purpose alignment model prioritization. So in the Kano Analysis, we prioritized UX enhancements only. They were linked to some tickets in our backlog, and these tickets, which were linked to UX enhancement, we prioritized using Kano models. They weren't included in this purpose alignment model. So basically, these tickets were completely different from UX enhancement we considered previously. So how to work with all of it? Yes, so we have UX enhancements, we have like epics, we have also like user stories, and we have like always backlog, and we need to understand at least like what's next, what's our goal. So they needed a foundation for our future product roadmap. So we used now, next, later a roadmap to gather all features we discussed during the workshop. So in the now section, it's the closest section to the, it's in the coming future. Then mandatory UX enhancements from Kano Analysis, and differentiating and parity features from purpose alignment model. To the next section, in the next section, we placed partner features from product alignment model and performance requirements from Kano Analysis. So you can see here, we just moved these quadrants to this product roadmap to understand how we will work in the future, how would we continue our work in the future. Okay, so based on this, let me conclude. So based on this next later product roadmap, we created after that our product roadmap, which is divided by releases. So each release has his own OKRs. And now we are still working on the insights. We are getting new ideas, but still, like, it was a great foundation for us to move from MVP to future releases, to understand in which direction to follow. Yeah, basically, like, who is our target audience and so on. So thank you. You can share our GDN app with your QA automation colleagues and contact us if you have any questions. So thank you, Kira, for navigating us through user searcher from these steps. And thank you
for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for attention.
Yeah, thank you very much, ladies. So that was a really interesting and very useful presentation, I would say. And some people, I think, can apply these approaches and this research outcomes to the projects. And so far, we have a question from the audience. So could you please share, what do you think, to which projects such UX research can be applied? What are the specifics for these projects?
Okay, so let me find the slide. Just it was in our purpose, I think. So I think it depends on your project needs, but basically, if you need, for example, if you just released MVP and you need to clarify which way to follow, yeah, so you need to present somehow your product, or you need to gather more feedback from your target audience, from your user base. Yeah, so basically, maybe you don't get any feedback from your product, but you see that people are using it. So basically, we have some like attitude. We definitely formed the attitude to your product, but we don't share their feedback. And also there can be thing that you need to avoid subjective estimation from, for example, it can be your product owner. Yeah. So for example, if somebody was initiating the product and it's like, and he's like bearing it as his child. Yeah. So he knows what's better for it, for what is better for the child, like, and so on. So basically you need to have like this, you need to make data-driven decisions. So by data, we can consider with the user search inside. So you have real feedback from real user, and this is how we should form our product vision. Yeah, so based on real user, not based on our suggestions. Yeah, so if you have some like problems, you don't have any data from users and so on, you can conduct user search. Kira, maybe you have something to add.
Yes, thank you. I would say that it's useful for any product, any project, because we are doing everything, our projects and products for real users and real people to solve their problem. And we don't have only hypotheses. And to know for sure, does it assumption really solve their problems? We should ask and we should lead our end customers through our journey steps through our product and ask them directly, is it useful? Is it fit for you? So it's a great question. Thank you. And I would say that it will be helpful for you, such approach on each step of each project and each project.
Cool. Thank you very much. And we have another question from Katie. So, can you explain? You didn't use Kano survey, but you just applied prioritization in this approach. Is it correct?
Okay, so we were in, as I said, we were in management, in product management definement context, and when we got this, like UX outputs, we were needed somehow to prioritize them. So basically, we had you see here, we had in CGM, we had emotion scale. And me, as I know the product, and as I know like which enhancement leads to which step, I can somehow prioritize it. And we also consulted with Kira. So basically, we may assume like emotions. Of course, it was like approximate emotions, but still it was like a way, and it worked for us. So basically we really did it. Like we really prioritized our UX enhancement. So we modified it a bit. It had the expected results. So I think they did it successfully. So basically, I think we used the technique successfully, and we did. We got expected results from it. So maybe it wasn't with a survey, but still we had like 7 users, and we have like emotion scale. So I think it was approximately maybe it was an approximate flow of how it should be conducted, like with Kano Analysis, but still it was okay.
All right. Thank you very much. So I think we have no more questions today. Thank you again for your speech, for your interesting results, outcomes, and thank you for sharing this expertise. So, and I would like to wish you a good day and end of the week.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Likewise.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Bye bye.